For Module 2, we're going to focus on defining teaching as a profession. So the very first thing I want you to do in this module is to read Chapter 1 of your textbook. You should have at least accessed your textbook in the last module, but in this module you are going to complete a Chapter 1 quiz. So I want to make sure you're reading it, take notes as you go, highlight as you go, and then you'll be ready to take your quiz. Now, in terms of other resources, there is a couple of links that I'm going to show you in just a minute. So I do want you to read Chapter 1, but I want you to make sure that you're reviewing over the lesson resources that I posted as well, because you're going to use those to complete the other 2 assignments. So, in terms of assignments for this module, you will complete a teacher salaries form, which I'll show you in just a second. You're going to complete a journal entry on your path to a teaching license. And then, as I mentioned, you're going to complete a Chapter 1 quiz. So let's take a look at those lesson resources. So as I mentioned, you are going to read Chapter 1, but you're also going to read through the resources that I posted. It's posted right below this agenda that you're viewing now. So the first resource is the various paths to becoming an educator in North Carolina. So one of your assignments, you're going to discuss which one of these paths do you envision yourself using to get your teaching license. Now, I realize not all of you know whether or not you want to be a teacher, and that's completely fine. Just choose whichever path you would go down if you decide to become a teacher. The next set of resources discusses teacher salaries in North Carolina. So I want you to read through this article here. That's going to give you a little bit of the background and the history of the status of teacher pay in North Carolina. This link is going to give you the current teacher salary schedule. This link right here is going to give you a link to all the county supplements. So you're going to be able to see the various supplements across the state of North Carolina. So depending upon where you live in the state, that depends on how much quote-unquote extra money you will receive on top of your salary in terms of county teacher salary supplements. And then this link here is going to show you salaries across the United States. So you'll be able to compare how does North Carolina rank with our neighboring states and states across the country. In terms of assignments, your first assignment is going to be that teacher salaries forum. Make sure you read the lesson resources, because when you answer these 2 questions here, I want to see evidence that you have read the lesson resources and you're pulling evidence. Yes, I do want to know your opinion in these questions, but I want you to back up that opinion with what you've read from the resources. Make sure you respond to at least 2 of your classmates, either agreeing or disagreeing, again, providing that additional evidence from your reading. Your next assignment is going to be that Your Path to a Teaching License journal. When you complete this assignment, please note you're not going to upload a file. You're not going to upload a Word document or anything like that. There's going to just be a text box where you're going to type your answer. Make sure you read section 1.2 of your text, and also in the lesson resources, those various paths to becoming an educator in North Carolina. And then finally, again, your last assignment. So if I go to next here, you'll see that Chapter 1 quiz. Make sure you've read the chapter beforehand. Yes, I do allow you, if you want to open up another window and have Chapter 1 open while you're taking your quiz, you can. But this quiz is going to be timed. You only receive 1 attempt on it. So if you haven't read Chapter 1 before you begin, trying to search for the answers in the chapter is not going to go well. If you've read it beforehand, you know exactly where to find the answers in the text, and you'll do fine on this quiz. If you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me.